What is the largest automotive segment in the country? Yeah, you guessed it, the compact SUV. Well, today we're having a look at one that could be a real game changer in the industry, and this is the brand new 2023 Mazda CX-50. The CX-50 is based off the CX-5 platform, but it is so much different than its sibling. First of all, this is made in Huntsville, Alabama. It's designed for the North American market, and it's quite a bit bigger. So the wheelbase is almost 4 inches longer. It's wider. You can tell, look at the large fender flares that it has in the front and the back. It rides higher and it's a little bit shorter. And you'll also notice, other than the crest, everything else is blacked out. Looks really good. You have the black piano trim on the grille. Around the surrounds, you have the matte black on the bottom here. This is a very different headlight design. You get standard LED headlamps on the base model. On this top trim, you get standard signature LEDs in the front and the back as well. A real nice premium look here in the embedded LEDs on the lower valence. Here you have a functional air curtain, goes right through, right to the other side there. The CX-50 is geared for adventure, so you'll see that black matte cladding go and extend around the wheel arches on the outside of these wide squared off flares here. This top trim comes with 20-inch wheels, but later on, for the adventure seekers out there, they will even have more of an off-road version. It'll come with 18-inch all-terrain tires, and that'll be called the Meridian Edition. You got black mirror caps, power folding mirrors, more black on the side here. We do have the keyless entry. It only is for the front. It does not extend to the back, however. In the rear, more of that cladding, but it does have a lot of style to it. You can see this little dimple that goes across the top of that cladding there. I really do think they did a very good job on that cladding. Let's head over to the back here. In the rear, you have the LED tail lamps I mentioned earlier. They kind of mimic the front design. I like how they kind of stick out, and then you have a similar air curtain. But just look at how chunky and squared off this CX-50 looks compared to the CX-5. I love those flares. You have dual exhaust, you have a rear wiper. This comes standard with a power liftgate. Up it comes. It's not the quickest liftgate, but once it's open, you have a large area. What Mazda really concentrated on was making this as functional as possible. Not only it's got one of the longest cargo areas, so you can load in larger items like larger coolers and maybe even a beach umbrella without having to put it sideways, but it's nice and long, and it's very, very wide as well. Underneath the floor, you do have a spare tire, and if you need more room, you can lower the second row just with the remote handles right there. Underneath this bumper, you'll see this is equipped with a 2-inch receiver and a wiring harness, because this thing can tow, and we're gonna tow with it in a second. Also, you know I'm a fan of this. You have a close and you have a lock button. Hit that button, down it comes, done. Walk away. Let's start on the inside. Mazda, for the last couple generations of their vehicle, have really been upping the ante, providing a more premium experience for their customers from their products. And this CX-50, I think, has raised the bar another notch. Absolutely. Starting from these leather seats that we are in for the GT trim here, you can just feel and just see how nice these seats are. They're really, really comfortable. If you look at the overall design, it's quite striking. It's simple, it's straight, but it just has such a great feel and look to it. I love the feel of the leather steering wheel. There are accents all over. You get the accent stitching, and other than a couple spots that really don't matter, like the kick panel, everything else is a soft touch material. So you really feel like you are driving something more upscale. Up front, you have a 7-inch display. in between two analog gauges. I love how they do it. It looks very natural. It doesn't even seem like a digital display since they have an actual physical chrome ring around your speedometer, yet you can change with the info button, change the information and see different things in that display. We also have a color head-up display, and it showing everything from my cruise control, my speed. It also shows my blind spot monitoring information. When someone comes up beside me, it shows me on the corner of left or right of where they are, which is really, really nice. In the center, all Canadian trims get the 10.25-inch screen, and that comes also with Apple CarPlay, which is wireless, and Android Auto. Big change here they made for the CX-50. I've said this on other Mazda products, is that when you're using like Apple CarPlay, for instance, using their command wheel or their media wheel here, it's not very intuitive for apps like Apple CarPlay when you have to cycle through different icons. So now what they've done, they've given you the option. You can change it in the system where you can use that screen as a touch screen. Now that only applies just for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All the native features, you still use the wheel, and I just really love that Mazda has listened to their customers and they've addressed it. Thank you so much, Mazda, for listening. The graphics are really sharp on the screen, and even right down to the font, it just makes me feel like I'm driving something a lot more expensive for sure. You also get on this top trim, you do get the 360 camera along with the rear view camera. Below that, you have a nice climate system. You actually have knobs, super easy to use. Knobs on each side because dual zone climate control. You can sync it, you can hit auto. This is the way it should be. It's really simple. The knobs are a nice size, and hey, it has knobs. It's not just a touch screen. This top trim gets power seats with 2 driver memories. They're also heated, they're ventilated, and we also get a heated steering wheel. Standard on all CX-50s, this large panoramic roof that you see behind me here. It also opens halfway from the front. Now heading into the back, we have those nice leather seats. Again, in this top trim, you do get rear heated seats back there. Those seats do not recline or slide forward or back, but there is a decent amount of room, and that's due to the longer wheelbase of the CX-50. You also get a nice airy feel because of this panel roof that extends all the way back. Plus you do have air vents in the center for the rear passengers. Just in case people are wondering, why do I have an external GPS system when I can use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto or the native Navi that comes with this GT trim? Well, it's because we are on a drive program, and the drive event team has put together a customized drive route. So some of these places might not even be in the navigation. So that is why you can see an external GPS system. I really think that the new Mazda CX-50 is not only going to be a big hit for Mazda, but a real serious contender in the popular compact SUV segment. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and also click the notification bell, because on the next video, we're gonna see how the CX-50 handles in near capacity towing at 3,500 pounds, and I'll show off my rallying skills with it. All right, maybe not that extreme, but at least I'll take it off-road. In the meantime, let me leave you with some specs on the new Mazda CX-50 versus the king of the compacts, the Toyota RAV4. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next Everyday Review. Ciao.